They are known for their big crunch as much as for the trademark Cape Cod lighthouse on each bag. Every year, 28 million tons of potatoes are shipped to Hyannis to become famous Cape Cod potato chips in a process that began in a storefront nearly 30 years ago and now turns out as many as 150,000 bags a day. It all begins at farms along the East Coast, which supply white chipping potatoes that are used in all of the chip varieties, and russets that produce a dark, more robust potato chip. During the spring harvest season, the spuds are trucked from Florida. As the season goes on, potatoes are harvested further north until the fall and winter when varieties from Maine are used. In all, as many as 19 trucks, each carrying 45,000 pounds of spuds, are delivered to the Hyannis factory. As trucks arrive, a quality control team inspects each shipment to make sure the potatoes meet standards. The condition of the truck is scrutinized, then 100 pounds of potatoes are randomly sampled and inspected for defects, temperature, cooking ability, and color. If the potatoes make the grade, they are removed from the back of the truck by a machine called Spudnik. Spudnik's belts move the potatoes to a scrubber to remove dirt, then into storage bins. The dirtiest spuds get rinsed off before entering the factory, but then all of them are given 2 baths. First, to remove stones, and then a second one to make sure they are completely clean. Cape Cod potato chips are naked, so the spud's first stop in the factory is the peeler. It's a machine that tumbles the potatoes around to gently scrub away the skins. A more abrasive roller is used on potatoes that have been stored for longer. As the process continues, production is stopped at several points along the way, so samples can be tested to ensure proper taste, texture, and flavor. After each random sample is cooked and tested by lucky chip tasters, the production resumes for the rest of the potatoes. Each potato is sliced precisely to ensure they produce an even crunch when they become chips. Too thin, and they may curl up and become greasy. Too thick, and they will be flat and have a heavy texture. A machine with 8 cutting heads makes chips that are slightly less than 1/16 of an inch thick. Then it's time for the sliced potatoes to hit the oil. They are cooked one batch at a time in a kettle of canola oil. While they bubble away, they are stirred by hand for about 7 minutes, depending on the oil temperature and amount of potatoes. It's time for the flavorings, and there are a half-dozen different flavors of Cape Cod potato chips. The freshly cooked chips are passed through a tumbler, where the coating of oil on them helps the seasoning to stick. One more final taste test is done on the batch before it moves onto a computerized scale that precisely weighs each proportion. They're packed in bags that are designed to preserve their freshness, then packed by hand into boxed cartons that minimize the chance of damaging the salty snacks. Today, Cape Cod potato chips are distributed to stores as far south as Florida and as far west as Colorado.